Sunday, April the 1st, 2018, to you. Unquestionably, one of the world's shortest, wittiest stories was Mr. Augusto Monterroso's The Dinosaur. What the Guatemalan author wrote was, when he awoke, the dinosaur was still there. While Christians around the world were celebrating Easter, Egyptians were receiving the results of their country's presidential election held between 26th and 28th March. Unsurprisingly, incumbent President Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi obtained 97.08% of votes. Yes, Mr. Putin must be envious for his Egyptian colleagues' wider victory. However, only 41.05% of registered voters showed up in their polling stations. Human rights groups dismissed the poll as farcical. Indeed, they say that authorities stifled basic freedoms and eliminated key challengers. I'm aware that any serious newspaper would ask its analysts to conceal their feelings as they are writing their columns. But I cannot hide my sadness away when it comes to Egypt and the 2011 Arab Spring in general. In the winter of 2011, millions of Egyptians went out of the streets demanding President Hosni Mubarak's resignation and a democratic system of government. 846 people died during the demonstrations. 8 years later, with the disastrous presidency of Mr. Mohamed Morsi in between, former President Mubarak is acquitted and another military leader got re-elected in a controversial one-side voting process. Broadly speaking, the Arab Spring showed the geopolitical importance of the Mediterranean Sea. We cannot understand the ongoing refugee crisis throughout Europe without considering political instability in northern Africa caused by those revolutions. As for Egypt, it is a very important country in geopolitical terms. Its peace with Israel ensures some degree of security in the Middle East. On the other hand, around 8% of world's trade goes through Suez Canal. In other words, the international community cannot afford an unstable Egypt. That said, today is April's Fool. Egyptians wanted political and civil liberties. It is very sad that the joke turned out to be on them. A sad joke indeed. When Egypt awoke, the rise was still there. The world is still on.